Hello friends, welcome back to She's in Her Apron. Today I am sharing with you 5 make-ahead freezer meal breakfasts. And it's a collaboration with 2 of my favorite women here on YouTube. First, there's Jamarelle Stewart, a mighty mom of 8 children. She shares her heart and helps her audience with ways to feed their families with freezer meals, big batch cooking, freezer meal prep, meal planning, and cook with me videos. Then there's my friend Jennifer from the Family Fudge. She shares her love of cooking with crock-pot meals and over 400 unique lunch ideas for your kids. So after this video, don't forget to run over and check both these ladies out and see what they're cooking up for breakfast. The recipes call for Bisquick. You can use the original, gluten-free, or whip up your own recipe. So our first recipe is an easy Mexican chorizo breakfast bake. You'll have your oven preheated to 400 degrees. You can make this recipe in a cast iron skillet on your stove and then transfer it to the oven, but because I'm making this ahead and freezing it, first we're going to start in the skillet and then we're going to move it to an aluminum pan. You'll need a pound of chorizo sausage, and you'll cook the chorizo with onion, which is 1 small onion dice, and garlic, which is 2 cloves finely chopped, and we're going to cook this over medium-high heat. And we're going to stir it occasionally. So I did this till the chorizo is no longer pink and the onion is tender. Now, I had a hard time knowing if it was fully cooked because of the spices in this chorizo sausage. It was hard for me to tell. So I just made sure I cooked it for a good amount of time to just safeguard that for me. But while that's cooking, we're gonna take a 15-ounce can of black beans and we're going to drain and then rinse these. And we're gonna reserve 3/4 a cup of them. Then we're gonna stir the black beans in with the chorizo with a cup of cheese, and we're gonna use 2 cups in this whole recipe of the shredded Monterey Jack cheese. So in a medium bowl, we're gonna stir the Bisquick mix, and you're gonna need 3/4 cup, your milk, which is 1 1/2 cups, and your eggs, which are 3 eggs. And we're gonna mix all this up until it's blended. We're gonna pour this all over our chorizo, top it with the reserved black beans, and the remaining cup of cheese. So to make this a make-ahead meal, you can put it in your refrigerator wrapped up just like this at this point. So if you wanna take it out in the morning and cook it up, go for it. But I wanna make this into a freezer meal. So I'm gonna put this into the oven. I'm gonna bake for 25 to 30 minutes or until a knife inserted in the center comes out clean. We're gonna cool for 5 minutes, and then we'll top it with chopped cilantro and serve with avocado and tomatoes. Derek actually liked it with some sour cream. So you can cover and refrigerate this up to 12 hours. And then the next day or later in the evening, whatever, uncover and bake as directed, and you're good to go. Next, it's easy bacon and asparagus egg casserole. Set your oven to 400 degrees. So we'll need 12 slices of bacon cut into 1-inch pieces, 2 cups of refrigerated hash browns, so you want to thaw them out. And you could do this really quick in the microwave for about 30 seconds, stir them up and do it again for another 30 seconds. 2 cups of 1/2-inch pieces of fresh asparagus spears, 1 cup of seeded chopped tomatoes, 1/2 cup of sliced green onion, 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. We're going to spray a 13 by 9-inch baking dish. So in a baking dish, we're gonna mix up 1 cup of the bacon, the hash browns, asparagus, tomatoes, 1/4 cup of the green onions, 1 1/2 cups of the cheese, salt, thyme, and pepper until it's all blended. In a large bowl, we're gonna beat the Bisquick mix, 2 cups milk, the eggs, 6 eggs, and then whisk until blended. Then we'll pour it evenly over the bacon and hash brown mixture. If you want to bake this up later, just wrap it up, stick it in your refrigerator. We're going to bake uncovered for 30 to 35 minutes or until the knife inserted in the center comes out clean. Sprinkle with remaining bacon and 1/2 cup cheese. Bake 2 to 3 minutes longer until the cheese is melted. We're going to cool for 10 minutes before serving. Sprinkle with the remaining 1/4 cup of green onions. We're now going to make a bacon, egg, and tot bake. Again, we're gonna have our oven heated to 400 degrees, spray a 13 by 9-inch baking dish. In a large bowl, we're gonna stir the Bisquick mix, the milk, pepper, and eggs. And we're gonna use 4 eggs, and we're gonna mix this until blended. We're gonna pour this into the baking dish. And we're gonna top this with half of our bacon, which is 1 pound of crispy cooked and chopped bacon. So to make this ahead, wrap this up, place in your refrigerator up to 12 hours, and then continue with the next steps of this recipe. We're gonna place the frozen potato nuggets or tots in a single layer on an ungreased cookie sheet. My pans need to be greased because they stick to them really bad. So mine was greased, and we're gonna place both the baking dish and the tots in the oven, and we're gonna bake for 20 minutes. When that is done, we're gonna take out the casserole, and we're gonna place the potato nuggets evenly on top of the Bisquick bake. We're gonna top with cheese and the remaining bacon. This will bake for 10 to 15 minutes longer, or until the knife inserted in the center comes out clean. This will cool for 5 minutes, and then we'll top with green onion and serve with ketchup. Now I'm going to share with you 2 breakfast bakes that are more on the dessert side. Great to bring to any brunch. The first one is a make-ahead peach breakfast bake. You're going to heat up your skillet and add 1 tablespoon of butter, and then add 2 sliced peaches. I ended up using some frozen peaches that I thawed out, and then you're going to sprinkle it with 2 tablespoons of packed brown sugar, and we're going to cook this for 3 minutes. Then stir and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes or until it's all caramelized and soft. We'll remove it from the heat, and then add 1 teaspoon of the vanilla. In a medium bowl, we're going to add the Bisquick mix, which is 1 1/2 cups, 2/3 cup whipping cream, 4 eggs, and a teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to mix that till it's all combined, and we're going to try not to overmix this. Now we'll fold in the caramelized peaches. Pour the batter into a sprayed aluminum pan. At this point, you can cover the pan and place in the refrigerator overnight. When you're ready to bake, take it out and make sure your oven is preheated to 450 degrees. We'll bake it at that temperature for 10 minutes. Then reduce the oven temperature to 350 degrees, and we'll continue baking for 10 to 15 minutes or until it's lightly golden on top. Meanwhile, we'll beat 1 cup of whipping cream with an electric mixer on high speed until soft peaks form. We'll add powdered sugar, which is 2 tablespoons, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and whip until it's all combined. When you're ready to serve, add a dollop of the whipped cream and drizzle with some maple syrup. And lastly, we have the apple coffee cake. Set your oven to 400 degrees. Spray a 9-inch square pan with cooking spray. Mix 2/3 cup of Bisquick mix, brown sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg. You'll cut in your butter, which is 1/4 cup cold butter, and you'll do this until it's crumbly, and then you'll set aside. Then in a medium bowl, stir together 2 cups of Bisquick mix, 2/3 cup milk, 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and an egg. You'll beat for 30 seconds. You'll spread half of the batter in the pan, arrange some apple slices, and I used 2 medium cooking apples, and I thinly sliced them. Sprinkle with half of the streusel topping, spread with the remaining batter, and sprinkle with the remaining topping. You can also add nuts to this. This will bake for 25 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. We're going to let this cool in the pan on a cooling rack for 20 minutes. In a small bowl, we're going to make the glaze ingredients, which is 1/2 cup powdered sugar with 2 to 3 teaspoons of milk. Mix that until it's smooth enough to drizzle. Drizzle over the warm coffee cake and enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you've come over from Jay Morell's channel or Jennifer's, welcome. I hope you subscribe and stick around and stay with our family. We have a lot of fun here. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you soon. Bye.